Hey everybody, it's Zach again at newtutorial.com. Wanted to come in and do a video for you today. I want to entitle this video True Belief because I got a great email from somebody named Kayla the other day on one of my social media feeds, and I thought it was very well articulated and a very good question, and I thought I'd share it with you because I've encountered this question myself, and maybe you have too. So let's go ahead and read the email. Hi Zachary, thank you for all of the wonderful information. My family thinks I'm as lost as a ball in a briar patch because I want to know the truth, and my husband and I have started following Torah. In discussion with my family on my fanatical religious views, as they call it, they brought up to me, well, what about the prisoner that hung on the cross with Jesus? I said, what about him? They came back with, he didn't have to do anything but believe that he was who he said he was, and Jesus told him, today you will be with me in paradise. I thought about this a lot and was wanting some insight. I know you are very busy, but if you ever get the chance, please let me know how to approach them with this. Thank you so much. Keep on keeping on. Shalom, Kayla. Okay, so that is a very good, great question, and I get this from time to time, and I've definitely gotten the whole John 3:16 that all we have to do is believe. We have to believe, and because we believe, we're saved. Here's my response to your family members, and when I get this approach from either John 3:16 or the criminal that hangs on the cross. Here's my approach and my answer to that. Number one is we have a very different perspective on belief in this day and age, in modern America. You see, people who believe things today, they don't really, show their belief. We can say we believe in this or we believe in that. This is what I believe. This is how I live my life. I believe this. I believe that. But really, our lives may not actually show our belief or our faith in something that we say we have belief or faith in. And let me give you an example of this. And sometimes it can, but a lot of times it doesn't. In the Hebraic mindset, in the Eastern mindset, in the biblical mindset of our Messiah, back in those days, when you believed something, your faith or your actions, your body showed your faith and your belief in that thing that you believe in. If you truly believe in something, your actions will show it. That's true belief. You see, today in America, we don't really do that all that much. And let me make another point. Has anybody in my audience ever gone skydiving, gone up in a plane and jumped out of a plane with a parachute? This is an example of true belief. When you truly believe something, you'll get up in that airplane with a parachute tied on your back. You truly believe that parachute is going to save you from certain death when you jump out of that plane. You truly believe and have faith in that parachute. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put it on and gotten the plane and jumped out of it. But you see, you actually getting on the plane, jumping out of the plane, and pulling the cord at some point when you're falling shows you truly believe that parachute would save you. There's some action that's associated with that belief. You can't have the belief and no action because you truly believe that if you don't pull that cord when you jump out of that plane, you're going to die. That's why you have the parachute on to begin with. But see, there's action associated with that belief. You have faith and belief in that parachute that it's going to save you from sure death. And that belief is backed up with action. It's the same with our Messiah. The people of our Messiah, of the days of our Messiah, when they walked their faith, when they talked their faith, it was backed up by actions. People could look at them and say, that is a peculiar people. They're different from the rest of the world in every way possible. They're different. Why? Because their actions show they're different. That's true belief. When you believe something, your actions will show it. Now, the guy on the cross, he didn't have the ability. He's on the cross. He's about to die. But I guarantee you, having showed faith in the Messiah, if he could have gotten down off that cross, his life would have been a different walk. His life would have shown his faith in that Messiah, in that salvation. His life would have shown it. His actions would have shown it. Now, it's Luke 23 that the Gospel of Luke shows this story. It's the only Gospel that shows the exchange between these two people. And it's in verse 39. And one of the malefactors which were hanged on the cross said to him, if thou be the Messiah, save us. Save yourself and us. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, Dost thou not fear God, seeing that thou art in the same condemnation? He's basically saying, don't you fear God? You're about to die too. And we indeed justify, for we receive the due reward of our deeds, but this man hath done nothing amiss. Right there, he's showing his belief with his words. That's action. Speaking is an action. And he said unto Yeshua, Lord, remember me when thou comes into the kingdom. And Yeshua said unto him, verily, I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. And so, yeah, he didn't really get a chance to live his life and show that belief, but I guarantee you, had he gotten off the cross, he would have. And when people come to me, what about John 3:16? Let's read John 3:16. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." See, Zach, right there, it says, all you have to do is believe. If I just believe in him, I will not perish. That's all it takes, is just belief. Well, let's keep reading, shall we? Because if you keep reading, it goes down to John 3:19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come unto the world, that men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. You see, folks, it's your deeds. It's your deeds that the Father considers either righteous or unrighteous, good or bad, holy or not holy. That's how the Torah puts it. And so right here in John 3:19 and 3:20, right after John 3:16, it's talking about the deeds of the evil. Because, see, we understand what you truly believe through your deeds, through your actions, how you live your life. There are plenty of people who go to church out there who say, oh, I believe in Jesus. But the next day when they go out into the world, they live like the rest of the world does. They dress like the rest of the world does. They entertain themselves the way the rest of the world entertains themselves. They eat the foods that the world eats. They celebrate the holidays that the world celebrates. How different are they? Are they different at all? No, of course not. They're exactly like the world. Their deeds are showing, their actions are showing their true belief. Folks, if you truly believe something, if you truly believe that Yeshua is the Messiah, you will walk out the way he walked. You will walk the way he walked. Let's go to John. 1 John 2:6. He that saith he abideth in him ought himself also to walk even as he walked. How did he walk? Well, number one, it says he walked without sin. He didn't sin. Well, what is sin? Sin is transgression of the law. 1 John 3:4. Okay, right there. 1 John 3:4. Sin is transgression of the law. Well, if he didn't sin, he didn't break the law, and it says right there in 1 John 2:6, he that saith he abideth in him ought himself also so to walk even as he walked. How did he walk? He walked without sin. He walked according to that Torah, that law. We also should attempt to walk out that Torah as best as we can. Now, are we going to do it perfectly? No, we're not. We're going to mess up. But that's where grace saves us. That's where the Father comes in and saves us. The thing is, the difference between me and the rest of the world is I'm trying. I'm trying my best with a circumcised heart to go out and follow that law as best as I know how. Because that's how I love God. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not burdensome, or they're not grievous. They're not hard. But this is how I show I love God. Am I going to do it perfectly as he loves me? No, I'm not. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. And God's going to see that and go, oh, this is a child who wants to follow me. And to those are the ones who he gives mercy. Those are the ones who he gives grace. Those are the ones who he gives provision to. Those are his children whom he allows in the house. My house, my rules. How many parents out there have said that to their children? Those are the ones he cares for. And so, folks, belief is followed up by action. If you truly believe something, your actions will show it. You will be what the Bible calls a peculiar people. Both Old and New Testament, it says that. You will be different from the rest of the world. How are you different? Can you walk out the door of your house and go to work and go to school and go to all the places you go to on a daily basis and truly say to yourself that I'm different from the rest of the world? If you can, great. If not, reevaluate. We'll leave it at that. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.